SMTN.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome to Shin Megami Tensei Network, link 379. I'm your host, Spencer Presley. Joining you is me, myself, and you, the listener. Sorry for the long, unapproved absence, but did not realize missing 1 week would turn into 2 weeks, and now we're just shy of like a month since our last episode, so I definitely don't want to go longer than a month without a show. So as you can tell, obviously news-wise, there's really like nothing major going on, but honestly, I want to just cut any BS and always be as upfront with you guys as possible. I have just been so crazy busy with my day job, trying to do life, getting through the summer, doing a bunch of other stuff with it. I am fine myself. I just kind of got into that phase where I'm sure a lot of adults out there have related to, all right, cool, I'm going to wake up, try to get work done, work goes late, or there's a lot of work going around. You come home, and it's like, yeah, I might have energy to like play a video game and eat dinner and do some stuff like that with family, but it's nothing like I'm not going out, I'm not doing anything crazy. Like, ironically, it's kind of weird with like I felt guilty having not done a show in so many weeks because I miss doing the show, posting the show, and talking to all of you. But also at the same time, it's not like, oh, well, I mean, I've just been having tons of time off or haven't been doing other things with it. So, no news and not a lot of free time have unfortunately been two very large combining factors. But don't worry, I still feel guilty about having missed so many weeks with it. Thank God, by the way, Persona 6 not announced. That was very nice of them to continue this pre-TGS, I guess, reverse hype train. There's been like literally no hype at all for anything Atlas going on right now, unless you're a P5X enjoyer. So we do have some news. I did want to get into some housekeeping outside of the apologies for lack of a show. And I guess really the biggest one, and this is not really anything major housekeeping for you or me, but I would be remiss not to talk about Penbox. So the lovely guys at Penbox were on our show last time, back in August, and they were talking about the SMT5 launch. It was years finally into happening, and unfortunately all kind of collided in not even a week after the new wave of SMT5 pins coming out, the website getting shut down. So Penbox as a company is still fine. It's just if you go to pin.box, you are not able to order anything. If you had ordered like any of the SMT5 pins before the website got closed, those will all still be delivered to you. And they haven't asked me to comment on this or anything. I reached out to them when I saw they had posted this message like not even a week after the episode came out. I just wanted to read it for any of you here who may have wanted the pins and was wondering what's going on or anything like that. So, bad news, good news. Good news first. They will be back. Bad news, we just don't have a hard date outside of September 2025. So if you go to their website, there is a little message. It says, "It is with a heavy heart that I must announce temporary closure of Penbox website. I apologize for the abruptness of this decision, but a combination of factors has made it the most practical course of action. During this time, I'm focusing on setting up our new warehouse in order for order fulfillment, finalizing preparations for dispatch of the Bracer supply box for Trail's first chapter, advancing product development, and restructuring the store to enable continued shipping to the U.S. in light of new tariffs and the end of the de minimis." All things we were talking about last time. And then lastly, balancing all these priorities while maintaining reasonable shipping times is not realistic, and this step has been taken to prevent customer dissatisfaction. I ask for your understanding during this period and apologize for any inconvenience. So, really, and again, I even say like the Pinbox team, it was like Pinbox is still very much a one-man team. Like, they have other people helping them out for other aspects of it, but it is a tough one getting anything out, made, or shipped on time these days, as our last podcast made very, very clear. And I think a lot of things just leading up to not only the new warehouse move for them was a lot on top of the supply box stuff for Trails. So I totally get it, let alone the whole thing with tariffs still being an absolute nightmare and the end of the de minimis still being an ongoing thing in the West. Like, we're not even, like, as of this recording, it's only been stopped a week, and I know a lot of people are still have a lot of questions for it. But I know you all are not here to talk about shipping woes. I just wanted to put that out there because I loved the conversation I had with Rob about all the SMT5 things, and especially all the other exciting products they had coming out just from fan to fan, friend to friend, but was super bummed, but also realistically understood why it got shut down. So hopefully that September date sticks. We still don't know anything, or at least I don't at the moment, but SMT5 pins, Tokyo Xanadu, and all their other stuff for Falcom, that stuff will be back on sale. Nothing is getting removed or nothing crazy like that. It's just, hey, easier to pause the site, pause orders until everything gets caught up, so that way you're not buying a pin and a t-shirt and then having to wait 2 months and don't have any answers as to why. So, housekeeping out of the way, kind of housekeeping before we get into news, though. As I mentioned, we're really light in terms of actual main news. No titles are imminently coming up. Obviously, we have Persona 3 Reload on Switch next month, which is about, let's see, it comes out October 23rd. So we've got like just a little under 2 months away. And I will at least say, in the grand scheme of even Switch 2 releases and general video game releases, I would say P3R on Switch 2 is like at a 5 out of 10. People are obviously excited for it. I hope it does well, but like, we are at, if not below, Raito Remastered levels of general gaming hype. Like, no one's like, oh yeah, and Persona's next month. Like, I have heard more talk leading up to other things like, obviously not AAA titles, but even like the new Daemon X Machina and Story of Seasons, like that was a rematch. Like, I've heard more people talk leading up to launch for something like a 3DS remake remaster for Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar than P3R. So hopefully that changes. I know there's not going to be any crazy extra content, and at the end of the day, it is just a port. But I do hope it does well with the whole game keycard situation. I'm still not changing my path right now of like, there's no way I'm supporting that day one, but also from a person who likes checking out, comparing, and seeing how these ports run myself, I am interested in covering P3R. I'm not financially interested in supporting it at launch due to it being a game keycard, or also buying it digitally, because it's just sending the wrong message. That being said, are you hyped about P3R and Switch? Do you feel like the hype is there? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Maybe maybe a topic following up the main topic of the show. But other thing I want to talk about with news. Generally, the rule, and the show's always kind of floated or jumped around in terms of, I really always want to talk about what I think is either interesting in the news. Obviously, I could talk about P5X banners, random merch getting announced from brands that collab with Atlas all the time, like t-shirts, Funko Pops, whatever. I could talk about all things Atlas news till my face is blue, but certain topics obviously aren't going to have as much discussion or have really as much stuff to say as others. And I was sort of curious, especially because I expect us to be in a bit of a news slump for the rest of the year. 2025 is a funny one of like, Atlas didn't really have a lot until Raito. And even with the release of Raito Remastered and P5X, that has not really changed after release. So I really want to focus on getting either special guests on the show or people to interview, whether it be voice actors, people in the community, to sort of fill that time. But in weeks that I may not be able to have a guest come on the show, I still want to have days where we talk about the news. And I was curious, and I'm going to post this also online separately, like on Twitter, Bluesky, YouTube, the Facebook group, the Patreon. By the way, all the patrons, thank you so much again for the support always in general. Due to the lack of shows, which I guess again we're still just kind of in housekeeping mode here. I wanted to have a bit of a make good and also fun little giveaway. I was going through and sort of getting all my things in order, and something I had grabbed for a giveaway, God, yeah, I guess over a year ago at this point, was prints from the Game Realms LA SMT5 Vengeance, but not officially SMT5 Vengeance because of the strike meetup. And I have some prints from that I would like to give away and do a Patreon only giveaway for them. So if you are interested, I've got 2 prints at least for now. I may add another, but this will just be a general, hey, here's a post. Comment on this post by the end of September, and you'll be entered to win a print signed by this voice actor. I've got 2 right now. So the first print I have is for Gustav from SMT5. So the English voice actor of Gustav is David Arago Jr. He was nice enough to sign this for me. Well, I say he was a nice guy. I did also pay for these. So this is not like a normal one where it's like, oh hey, Switzer got this thing for free and he's giving it away. No, this is the thing I paid for. All these are prints I paid the voice actors for directly, so please don't get confused there. But I've got a print from David. He's the voice of Gustav. It's a little picture of Gustav in game, and you can see the signature and everything there. And the other signature I have is for the English voice of Anansi from SMT5 Vengeance. That is by Bill Butts, so I've got a print for both of those. The sizes are pretty similar on both. The one from Bill, though, I will say, is a commissioned piece of art that he got done, and I will have the link for those on the episode description, so wherever you're watching this or listening to this, if you are not aware of the Patreon or want the link to go and sign up and comment on it, as all giveaways and stuff I do, especially on Patreon, open to anybody, no matter where you live in the world, so you just literally need to comment, hey, I'd like to win either print. If there's a specific print you are wanting, or if you would be interested in both, that also helps as well. But just wanted to do a fun giveaway and was like, hey, these are some prints that I've had that I bet could find a good home for people who are interested. So that'll be a little bit of a thank you for the month of September for all SMTN Patreon supporters, which I always do a terrible job of reminding people, hey, you know what keeps the bills on here? It's patreon.com/SMTN. So check out the giveaway. Let me know what you think of the giveaway, all that fun stuff. But without further ado, survey stuff aside, giveaways aside, let's jump into some news. So, first main piece of news I wanted to talk about. Gmode doing the Lord's work again, or Huawei's work. Who knows whom they are working for. But we've got a new mobile game release, this time in the form of Shin Megami Tensei Tokyo Requiem. It's available still on Nintendo Switch 1 and Steam. These are still Japanese only, but you are able to buy them worldwide. They are just obviously going to be only available in Japanese language. So, what is so interesting about Tokyo Requiem? Well, most people in the West are probably not going to be aware of it because it was a game only released in Japan. It is a totally original SMT spin-off game, and what was cool about it was it's a completely original premise. Bonus points, it takes place on Christmas Eve. I always really think that is a fun one. It's got a ton of demons to collect. The story is interesting. This is one I have played, I forget even when this came out back in the day, but God, yeah, I played this forever ago, back when it was actually on on someone's Japanese cell phone that was not my own. But I liked the pixel art, the music was fun, and having this available now on modern platforms is awesome. I just still need to try and find a way to get these games localized. I don't know how many kidneys I have to give up to make it happen. I'm just like, somebody has to be able to make it happen because they are doing the hard, like the hard part should just be getting the rights from Atlas and Sega to release these games, port them in their engine onto Switch and Steam, and making them available for everyone around the world. I would love to have other translations available for it. I just know it's not an easy task getting those translated. So, Gmode, thank you for doing the hard work. Let us know if there's anything we can do. How many fan fun or fan raising campaigns can we do to get these available in any other languages? But yeah, they are always crushing it. Now, for Western-focused fans, a little bit more specifically, what's interesting is we are, yeah, I guess I'd say creeping up on the Metaphor ReFantazio 1-year anniversary. And out of the blue this week, Sega was just like, hey, you know what? We're going to announce this, like a 1-year anniversary party. It's going to be a collaboration. I guess not even a collaboration. It's just at Round 1. The Round 1 at the Burbank Town Center. And this was very weird. They announced it out of nowhere with absolutely no warning. And it were like, okay, it's going to be at Round 1, an official Atlas public event on Friday, October 10th. It's a ticketed event. You have to RSVP. It's paid here. The event had some text with it that was like, hey, over the past year, Metaphor ReFantazio has achieved critical acclaim, has a 94 on Metacritic for PS5, sold over 1 million units, spoilers, we're over 2 now, has become the fastest selling game ever developed by Atlas. Metaphor ReFantazio has won multiple awards since its release, like Best Role-Playing Game, Narrative, Art Direction, and the prestigious, not the Game of the Year award, but it did win them at the Game Awards. So, what is this festivity outside of spending a lot of money on claw machines at Round 1, you may ask? By the way, if you're not aware, Round 1 is a Japanese-focused, or I guess I would say not focused, but very influenced on Japanese arcades, and they've got bowling alleys, they've got arcade games, they've got a ton of claw machines, a bunch of stuff to do. I've been to 2 different Round 1s in my life. They are very, very fun. None near me where I live in Kansas, unfortunately. But I like them. They have a lot of weird collaborations and stuff they do. Metaphor was not one I expected them to have for this. I will say, because normally when Round 1 does collabs, they do, like, even if it's just a little something at all the stores, I wonder if another Metaphor collab could be possible, even if it's just something as much as like, hey, if you go to Metaphor, if you go in the month of October, you'll get like a game card with Metaphor art on it. Who knows? They could have Metaphor toys. That would be really cool. Nothing like that has been announced. So for the meet and greet 1-year anniversary event, what they're going to have is a meet and greet with some of the voice actors. And this one has the English voiceover for the protagonist, Gallica, plus we know Greg Toon will be there. There's also going to be a Metaphor-themed photo op, which might just be, hey, there's some backgrounds or standees, absolutely no idea. This one's weird, there's a watch party. I don't know if we're just going to watch, like, like a cutscene, some trailers, no idea. Ticketed guests will also receive a goodie bag. No idea what the goodie bag has. There will be Metaphor-themed food and beverage items available for purchase, and more. And the tickets sold out instantly. Sucks it's only at one location. Cool that it's happening. And they have announced, Atlas did say they're working to make more tickets available. I don't know if that means, like, was this not an event that was going to rent the whole building out? Maybe they thought it would be a smaller thing. They're announcing this well ahead of time that I'm like, I mean, I don't know how they wouldn't expect this to be a big thing, but who knows? Planning events like this is a nightmare. I would love to go to this. If I had a chance to get a ticket, I mean, like, maybe I would look into it, but like the fact that, like, less than an hour after it got announced, tickets sold out, I was kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I would be willing to fly out to LA to cover this on my own dime. Not even having a ticket, I'm like, yeah, I'm not risking that. But are you someone out there who has won too many tickets and would like me to fly out to LA? Please let me know. Let's see. Besides that, some quick highlight bits of interesting news out there. We've got the Metaphor manga is still trucking along. Volume 2, I'm shocked to say, Volume 2 is coming out soon in Japan, which just makes me ask the question. Yeah, by the way, it comes out October 3rd in Japan. We're going to have 2 volumes of this thing out already. The manga debuted in January, and I'm just like still sitting here like, hey, Viz, couldn't help but notice you haven't put this out yet. Would you like to put this out anytime soon? Give us an update. Let us know. Please don't keep this digital only. That sounds incredibly shitty. Something as big as Metaphor, especially considering they're still doing Persona 5, I doubt they're going to keep it digital only, but I also know Viz likes to have their physical releases release not obviously not day and date with Japan, but we're usually about, if not a year, 6+ months farther away. So not that surprised to see that there, but once again, this is your reminder. The Metaphor manga is fantastic. It's free. It's really interesting. I really need to do another video talking about it. I think I'm even a chapter or two behind as of right now. But other things out there that are weird. Overwatch and Persona are doing an in-game collab. Does this mean the inevitable downfall of Overwatch 2 is happening faster? I can neither confirm nor deny this. But, yeah, Season 18 of Overwatch 2 will have some sort of collaboration with Persona 5. And, I mean, I'm going to be real. I don't think I could be any less interested. I don't play Overwatch. I think whenever Overwatch does anime skins, they look really weird. I don't expect this to look any different, but for all the people out there who love Overwatch, I'm sure you've seen it, but that is such a weird collab. I'm like, I gotta mention it. Going back to manga, though, some weird manga news. Revelations Persona. The manga for that is finally available digitally for the first time. Now, I only say this is interesting in the sense of I know that people in the West, or publishers in the West, have been interested and have looked into the rights, and I knew some of the stuff was a little bit weird about who still owned it, how active were the rights for the Japanese manga of Persona 5, I mean of Persona 1. I hope this is us getting baby steps into getting this released officially worldwide and getting a translation. That manga for Persona 1 is really, really cool, but I doubt that is happening anytime soon. Besides that, I know we talk about how, hey, I don't want to mention a bunch of figures happening all the time. One I thought was interesting, though, a company that does not do a lot of Atlas stuff. They do a lot of Sega stuff, but they do not do a lot of Atlas figures. Bandai Spirits announced that they are doing a bunch of new Persona 5 figures. So we have one announced for Joker in his school outfit, Akechi in his school outfit, and then there is Joker with a city landscape at his feet. They all look really good. They're prize figures, and those usually are given out at crane game prizes and stuff that you might see at a round one, or especially a lot more commonly in Japan. These will be going out in January 31st of next year, and they look good. We're supposed to have more as well. There's 6 other prize figures that are going to get announced. I think quality-wise they look nice. It's cool to see Bandai doing more stuff with Atlas. I would love to see them do more stuff with SMT. Obviously, Persona 5 is going to be much more of a attention getter and put some more money into everyone's pockets with that one. So, totally makes sense. Alright, and now for the final topic of today's episode. Once again, sorry it'll be a bit of a shorter one. I want to say a week ago, but it was probably a little bit more. There was a public network test for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. And I know I've talked about it a little bit. There was a closed network test that was still pretty accessible for a lot of people earlier this year. In between the closed test and this open test, we had announced what some of the crossover characters would be, like Ichiban from Yakuza, Hatsune Miku, even to Nickelodeon characters like SpongeBob, TMNT, and Avatar. Well, Joker from Persona 5 is much like the figurine story, Joker from Persona 5. A lot of people know who that dude is. So he is being shoved into the world of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and he was a big focus for this open network test. So the beta went on basically from like Thursday to Monday. It was over like Labor Day weekend. I think timing wise makes a lot of sense for when they did it. They want to obviously like do a stress test. We're in the month of the game coming out. This is a big $70 game for Sega. And I went in skeptical because I did not like the closed network beta. I thought the presentation was really rough. I felt like that game needed more, definitely more than another year in development. I thought the handling was rough, the presentation was rough. The game felt very lifeless from a lot of missing sound effects or voices, and just not up to snuff for what you think a $70 kart racer should have in the year 2025. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I am definitely one of those people in the camps of I think Sonic has not had a good kart racing game since Sonic Racing Transformed. I think Team Sonic Racing was overly complicated and underly fun, even though underly is definitely not a word. And also on the other side of that scale, I am one of those sickos who bought a physical copy of Mario Kart World earlier this year for $80, and I do not regret my purchase. I thought that was a fantastic racing game. Is it perfect? No, of course it's not, but did I enjoy it for the fact that I bought a brand new piece of hardware just for it? 100%. So, did the open network beta change my mind, and did Joker save the day for this game? Oh my god, no way it did not. I don't think it made the reputation of the game worse for me, but I will say, I streamed this. There was a Joker Festival at the end of August, August 31st. There was, yeah, God, I guess a week ago. God, how time flies. So, August 31st, they had a Joker Festival happening. And all day, basically, if you played online or just played the beta at all, you unlocked Joker for the rest of the beta. So August 31st and September 1st were the last 2 days, and you could play Joker with the Arsene Mobile. And I was like, okay, I don't like how this game plays, because I jumped into the beta before the Joker Festival as well, just to get it downloaded, get my thoughts on the game and everything. And I was like, okay, what has changed? We have more carts, we have more racers. The game is obviously much closer to release now. And how do I feel about it? Menus have changed, and we've now got the rival system implemented. They've adjusted like their gear system, the cart customization, and it was like, okay, is this a better game than I played earlier when I previewed it back this year? 100%. It is 100% a improved upon game from what I played. Do I recommend anyone buy this game, or like, do I think anyone would I be like, oh my god, out of all the games coming out, especially Jesus in September, like, do I think this game is set up for success? I would say no. This game seems incredibly content light. I still think something is off with the way the race works. Like, the drifting, I think, is fine, but somehow, like, the cart and the camera are just way too close to each other. I feel like there just needs to be more room to breathe. Item warnings are atrocious. It just feels like the amount of defensive items that you can have to block or get out of attacks versus all the amount of carts and characters spamming into each other is almost like comical. And it's just so strange to me. I'm like, who is this for? Like, this isn't like, oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe kids would enjoy it. Like, from a competitive aspect, I will say this. Playing it online is definitely the most unfun way to play that game. The netcode was fine, but it's like, this is the kind of kart racer that if you bump into a wall or if you bump into another cart, unless there's a specific rule saying otherwise, you're getting knocked over. It's slowing you down. It's making you have less fun, even by the light action of, I'm bumping into the back of a car, I'm bumping into the side of a wall. So you're just constantly fluctuating from like first to sixth to second to 12th. And offline, the computer is thankfully not that aggressive, But again, I'm not finding myself having fun playing it offline with computers. I'm not finding myself having fun online. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously, fundamentally at this game's core, I'm not going to enjoy it. Did adding one character from Persona 5 save it? God, no. But they could have done some fun things with it. Like, they were advertising this like, I mean, not even like, they literally call it the Joker Festival. So, what does the Joker Festival entail? The Joker Festival involved playing online. There would be a ever rotating list of game modes that all were having you race, but it might be who can do the most tricks, who can do bumping into characters the most, who can collect the most rings in a match. And when you're in a race, you're getting split up into three teams of four. So it's out of 12 racers, and the teams were either Team Joker, Team Violet, or Team Morgana. So the team mechanic was sort of for you to all work together, but it just kind of made like obviously getting first was most important. Getting first would get you the most points, but then if your team did the best, you would get an extra 10 at the end. And so many times when I was playing, it would still not ever be enough to make you go from second to first for the overall race. They had a little battle pass for it where you could unlock Persona themed items. All the items were incredibly lame. I guess actually because of how important music is to Persona, the lack of music and especially voice acting is so egregious. Joker does not make any vocal noises. He doesn't even do like uh, you get character selection music for him. You get like 5 seconds of music, and then right when Lynn would have spoken, the track repeats, so we can't even hear Lynn. And when you finish a race, you get the end of battle results screen from Persona 5. That's it. Those are the only bits of music there was. No music in the menu during the festival or anything else like that. The battle pass had like a picture cut out of Joker, Morgana, the Velvet Room, like and it kept going, but it was just like I'm not unlocking anything fun. There's the one car, you have the Arsene mobile, where it's just like Arsene's head at the front and then his wings on the back. They don't move. They don't like when you're flying. They don't spread out to look like actual car wings. It's an incredibly boring looking car. Joker's animations even look like someone just ripped a model out of Unreal Engine 4 and was like, okay, cool. He can adjust his neck and he can point with his hand out. That's it. No catchphrases, nothing. Like, no jumping up, no pistol whipping, nothing fun, nothing clever. It is just like, here's two stock animations, and that's it. It's so lame. No actual, like, fun tricks or anything. And again, voice acting could have gone a long way. One of the other bigger problems Sonic Racing has is they have this really fun rival system between all of Sonic and his character friends or his enemies, where you have a rival when you're racing, and even when you're using a third-party character, you will have a rival. The third-party characters can never be a rival because Sonic can't have Joker be his rival because Joker has no recorded voice lines. Anytime Joker would talk, it would just be sound effect sounds from like Persona 5. So it just felt cheap. It felt empty. It felt boring. It felt cheap. I played it for 2 hours almost. I played for an hour and 50 minutes. And at a certain point, I was just like, well, clearly I'm going to unlock all the things from the Battle Pass. And I just saw it just kept going and nothing was interesting. There was no, oh, here's like a Persona sound, or here's a Persona like decal, or like here's anything that's not just like a JPEG or a PNG from Persona 5 Royal. And it was just like, what are we doing? This is so boring. Like, this whole event meant to sell you on this game. Like, I am a racing game fan. I like Sonic. I like Joker. I like Persona 5. I like Atlas. I like Sega. Like, sell me on this game. And I just felt like I was having so little fun that whole time. And I was like, what are we doing? So, by the way, the weirdest thing with this game, because I fully expect, like, this will sell okay, but I think this is going to underperform big time. Even in the open beta, it would take a very long time to find games during even the Joker Festival. And it wasn't because, oh, well, it's only locked to PlayStation characters. No. It's crossplay. I was playing with Switch players, I was playing with Xbox players, I was playing with PC players. It's available to everybody. The numbers didn't seem that high even on the open network, and even more surprising, they announced another demo, this time just for offline, but another demo ahead of launch. I think that comes out in like a week or so. And it's just like, yeah, Sega is just like, oh my god, what can we do? Let's get as many people to play this game as possible. Weirdly, when it's like been previewed, a lot of like games journalists have been weirdly into it. Again, I don't think I'm crazy in saying that this feels like one of like this is like Garfield Kart level bad. Like this is not fun. Is it insultingly bad? No. Would I ever recommend anyone pick it up for $70? Hell no. Everyone in my live chat also agreed. People I've talked to about it on Discord, or people about it, like talking things I've seen on like Twitter. I don't know a single person who's hyped about this game who is like, oh man, I'm in. This beta was great. Let's go for it. Like this is not going to redefine kart racers. And again, it's just like I think there's a good idea for a game here. The problem is we're just cranking this game out so fast that you don't have any time to really enjoy it or try to improve on the faults that are very clearly there. So I hate to be such a negative Nancy, and I mean this. I really, really want to hear from people. If you think that this is fun, if there's a thing in my discussion of it that sounds like I'm maybe being too hard on it, please, please, please let me know. Like I need to like. I don't ever come up. Well, I'm not like, all right, I'm an absolute person where I'm like, this is the way. No other opinions are welcome. Blah blah blah. It's just like I've seen so little anything positive from this game, around this game, that I'm just like, I don't even. I mean, yeah, like, obviously it's Sonic. It will sell on the fact that it is Sonic. I just need to hear from other people. I also hate the fact that I'm just over here being like, yeah, man, this game sucked, and I played it for free, and I still hate it. So, I don't ever want games to be bad. I want this game to be fun. I also know that this is, for lack of a better term, a cash grab. This feels like a cash grab, I should say. As yeah, and I don't want to be a Tim Robinson about this. I don't want to be Mr. Cynical. I just like it. That's how I see it. That's how it feels while playing it. I wish it didn't feel that way. Hopefully next week I'll have better news, and we will not have to talk about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, or at least not till launch. I'm sure there'll be something that happens around launch. But that's the end of this episode. I know I've talked about a lot, but I want to thank you all for letting me blabber on. Real quick, if you have any thoughts on this episode, whether it be news, opinions on Sonic Racing's beta, were you playing it, were you checking it out, were you curious, let me know in the comments below, whether it be on YouTube or Spotify, Facebook, anywhere out there. Please let me know. I would love to hear everyone's opinions, and also interacting with the show, subscribing on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, all those places really, really, really helps, and helps spread the word about the show. And if you are someone who enjoys this, likes to keep the show going, and help spread the word about the show, so I'm not just shouting into the ether, I really, really appreciate it. That helps me out more than I can possibly say. But if you want to help out even more, and for all the people out there who already do, thank you so much. Everyone out there who supports the show on patreon.com/SMTN really, really do a lot of hard work and helping me keep this up, pay for the costs of hosting the show, posting it, getting it done, and I do not ever want to make it seem like I'm thinking lightly of that or taking for granted. So I want to thank all the patrons out there, whether you be at the dollar and up tier. The dollar and up tier will usually get you access to giveaways, also early shows when available. I'm recording this show on 9/7, especially because how long it's been without a show. This one's just going to get put up ASAP so everyone can enjoy it, but normally you'll get earlier shows when available, access to exclusive giveaways, and then the $5 and up tier are the executive producers. So big shout outs to all of them. They get a shout out where I will say thank you and say their name at the end of the episode, which is right now. So Big shout-outs to our executive producers like Twist, John Massey, Jesus Coon, Crazy Sloth, Michael Wilson, Stuart Bateman, Budweiser Tall Cans, Carlos Hernandez, Cross Renren, Winnie, Jagingis, Grosero, Solaire, Stephen Yip, and Patrick Dishart. Thank you all so much for listening to the show. Thank you for always supporting the show. I look forward to talking to you all later. Hopefully we can get some surprising news at TGS. I doubt we will see anything there, especially because Atlas has not been even remotely hyping it up at all, but you never know what may be revealed there. So I will talk to you all later. Goodbye, everybody.